So we've just seen the leaks of the new Sony XM6 headphones. By the time this video releases, the product might have even been announced. We're going to look at 5 things that you need to know before buying the XM6. So recently I bought myself the XM5s and I couldn't wait to get my hands on the XM5s because I always wanted to buy an XM4. So when it came to sort of buying the XM4s or XM5s, I opted for the XM5s because XM4s were getting a few years older and I felt the price discount on the XM5s felt justified enough for me to actually buy the current generation instead of opting in for the XM4s, which would have become really out of date by the time the XM6 comes out. Growing up in the 90s, I used to swear by the Sony products. You could wake me up in the sleep and I would say Sony is a product for you to buy because we had a great Sony TVs, we had the Sony Walkman, we had PlayStations, we're in the 5th generation of the PlayStation, and then Sony released fantastic movies. And Sony was a brand that sort of prided itself on premium. And I've had Sony products in the past that did not break at all. So when I think of premium brand, it's right at the top because what you're paying for is not only the quality of the product, but the durability and how long it lasts. And Sony as a brand, it just does things correctly. But lately, Sony hasn't been the brand I grew up to love. I mean, if you can look at the price increases on PlayStation 5, the TV has sort of fallen behind to sort of LGs and Samsungs of this world. And also with the headphones that I bought, I was super ecstatic when I bought the headphones. Even when I unboxed it, you could see in the video, I was really excited. I was hyped by the product. And I kind of just let the hype cloud my judgment a little bit because as I started using the headphones, I did run into some issues. Firstly, let's look at the pricing and packaging. If you're paying over £350 for an headphone, you'd expect premium quality across the board, including the packaging. What I felt opening the XM5s, I felt like the box was just a lunch box. Like, I don't know if you'd ever order like a takeaway through Deliveroo or Uber Eats, some of your food might be brought in like a takeaway boxes. The outside presentation of the XM5 felt really cheap. The carry-on case was really poor quality. I mean, they tried to do this thing where you could compress it down, but why would you want to compress it down when you want to put your headphones in? It sort of felt like a cloth that was just dried in the sun for many years and just easy to sort of just scratch and rip through. Whether it's the external packaging or the internal presentation, it just did not scream premium. It just wasn't what I was expecting from a premium brand. The ear cups, they weren't, even though in the unboxing, I felt the ear cups looked better than the AirPod Max, but then I've had the AirPod Max for several years and it was just kind of showing his age. But then the more I looked at it, it was just fake leather and I could just see it's just not going to last me long enough. Secondly, I want to talk about the sound quality. Sony equals premium sound. That's what I was believing all this time until recently. So AirPods came onto the scene. That started to change a little bit where people preferred the Apple's in-ear technology versus sort of Sony's in-ear technology because it was just bulky. But for most people, when it comes to overhead earphones, Sony would be the default choice because of what I said earlier. Sony equals premium, whether that is the build quality or whether that is soundstage. Unfortunately, with the XM5s, that wasn't the case. And it's quite well journaled across the board where everyone that used Sony XM5s felt that the sound profile in these headphones weren't as good as the XM4s or any other brand that they've tried. And unfortunately, this is very true when it comes to XM5s. So from my personal use, I felt that the headphones sounded different depending on the device that I've used. On iOS, whether it's an iPhone or iPad or on my Mac, the headphones sounded perfectly fine, similar across the board. As soon as I switched to my S25 or any of the Android devices, including the Samsung tablets, it sounded completely different. And the sound stages were the polar opposite. On the iOS devices, you felt that you were using a premium headphone, and on Android, it felt like, these were the budget knockoff products. All I was doing was changing the devices and using the Sony app to control most of the things. So everything that is powering the headphone was the Sony app. But the fact that it was giving different quality on different devices just felt that even the headphones were optimized better for for iOS, and with Android, it almost feels like Sony doesn't care. And also, it's really disappointing that I didn't have the same issues on the XM4s. The XM4 sounded the same across iOS and Android, but on the XM5s, there was a clear differentiation across iOS and Android, and that is not what I expect from Sony. So make sure you test the devices that you're going to primarily use on your headphones, and just sense check whether the sound profile is the same across most of your devices. Personally, for me, XM5s look way better than the XM4s. The XM4 is probably an ageless design, and it's just going to look so much better. And I think the XM4s, more people prefer it because you could fold it into a smaller real estate. But the XM5s is much more modern and sleek. And personally, for me, apart from the fact that you cannot fold it, it is a much better design. I went with the black color. It's just a fingerprint magnet. No matter how much I took care of it, I could just see fingerprints. It just looked like oily fingerprints, as I'm just using the product after, having a greasy chips or whatever. It just, the stain, the fingerprint, not only the fingerprint was visible, but it looked like it was just oily fingerprints, and it just kind of just ruined the design. And if that is something that's going to put you off, please make sure that you don't really buy the black ones, or look out for how the XM6s are when it comes to the black colorway and whether they retain the same sort of fingerprint magnetism. And if that's going to put you off, consider the other colors. Fourth one, the hinge issues. My God. When I was researching which one to buy, I didn't think how bad the hinge issues are. I personally didn't come across it till I bought it, but then as I started researching in the internet about my sound issues, on why iOS sounds better than Android, I started coming into people having hinge issues. Basically, it's built so poorly around the hinges that for so many users, it's just breaking. In Sony's headphones subreddit, you'd see almost every single day someone is saying their hinges has given up. Frustratingly, the users have to fix it themselves. They're buying expensive replacement parts only to replace something that should not even be broken. So, and I don't think there has been enough people covering these hinge issues. Yes, surely there are one or two videos in YouTube that are covering it, but I don't think it's taken a bigger sort of importance in the sort of headphone world about the poor qualities of these hinges. You cannot have way too many people with these issues. Yes, granted, one or two headphones breaking, I'd understand it's probably a misuse of the product, but almost every day there's someone complaining that the hinges have broken or it's cracking and it's starting to crack. It's diabolical, and Sony needs to fix this, and let's hope they address this in XM6s. And I can see they brought back the folding mechanism, and I think that's probably where the issue is. Sony have realized that and silently addressed that by bringing in the fold mechanism. So if you are really concerned about that, maybe your option is the XM4s or XM6 and completely ignore the XM5s, just because you just don't know how long this is going to last. And lastly, I want to talk about Sony's customer service. Personally, I'm fortunate enough to never deal with Sony's customer service, because what I'm seeing on the internet sort of blows my mind. The hinge issues alone should be enough for Sony to sort of hold their hands up to say, look, we messed up here and we're going to exchange your product as goodwill. But what Sony have started to do is they lead the customers to believe that it's a misuse rather than a issue with the product, and trying to distance themselves away. And this doesn't just only happen with the headphones, and it just seems like it has crept in across all the other product ranges from Sony, where as a user you are having to go through convoluted steps in terms of sort of reaching a resolution with the customer support. And I've not seen many people argue the case in their favor to actually get a replacement or a refund from Sony. I understand every company sort of plays hardball when it comes to sort of user being unhappy, but Sony needs to own up when the issues are happening and they have addressed those exact issues in the newer product. It just means when people are buying into premium, they are buying into the trust as a brand, what they've sort of helped to build over 20, 30 years. And the customer service recently, from what I've seen, has just completely destroyed the brand feedback that Sony are known to in the past. And I think this is important. If you're buying a product for £350 or more, for the company to actually give you a service that's worthy of the price tag. So that's it, guys, the 5 things that you needed to know about the headphones. I hope this video has just broken down in bite-sized pieces of few things that are important to some people and few that are important to the other. So if you're in the market, the XM4s are really a good option. XM5, I'd probably say wait till the XM6 are fully out and reviews are out on that, because you might as well just pay the extra money on the XM6s and don't have to worry about poor quality in terms of packaging and the actual product and materials that are being used, and maybe that's fixed in the XM6s. Or just really, if price is an issue, maybe XM4s are the option for you, because you might be able to still get them really cheap. They sound better across multiple different devices, and also you don't have to worry about it breaking, or it's going to break at some point in future. If you like video like this, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Till I see you in the next one, take care.